The risk surrounding blood clots is personal for a Fernandina Beach family. Blood clots are responsible for killing more people in America every year than car crashes, AIDS, and breast cancer combined.
And now there is a bill in the Florida legislature to address this. Our Rich Donnelly spoke with that family.
And Rich, we understand they actually lost their daughter due to a blood clot.
Yes, they did. Emily Atkins was full of life and beginning her career as a young woman shortly removed from graduating college. At just 23 years old, she died from complications from a blood clot after fracturing her ankle. And her parents don't want that fate to fall on any other family. At his home in Fernandina Beach, Doug Atkins reviews the posters he hopes to put up in medical facilities across the state that detail the warning signs of blood clots.
This bill is critically important to every family in Florida. This is a kitchen table issue that is affecting so many Floridians.
His family was forever affected when his daughter Emily died from a blood clot in 2022. And they're not alone. According to data gathered by a work group of medical professionals in the state, the amount of patients with blood clots and deaths from blood clots rose over a 5-year period.
We've got to be more proactive. People who are at risk, people who are at high risk of forming a blood clot, we've got to make sure if they have those risk factors that we're being aggressive in protecting their very life and well-being.
The bill to establish the work group passed through the Florida House unanimously in 2023.
The bill passes.
The current bill in the legislature, the Emily Atkins Family Protection Act, would establish a statewide Department of Health registry for blood clots, would require medical facilities to screen for blood clots, and train staff on recognizing blood clot conditions and symptoms, making Florida the first state with such documented policies about blood clots. Representative Dean Black filed the bill and said, quote, "It will save lives in Florida and set an example for other states." Back at his home in Fernandina, Atkins hopes the bill helps prevent pain well after a patient leaves the hospital.
Probably the most important thing at the kitchen table are the seats around the table. And when you've lost a child, it doesn't matter what table you're at, there's an empty chair. And that empty chair looks at you every time you're out.
Every time, for sure. This bill to create a new standard of care for blood clots in Florida is currently in 4 different subcommittees in the legislature. Doug Atkins said that he's going to Tallahassee next week with copies of their work group report to ask members of the legislature to co-sponsor the bill. Reporting Rich Donnelly, First Coast News, on your side.